Hello, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. NBA Eastern Conference Finals, May 21st. Pacers and Celtics. Wow, what a Game 7 by the Pacers. I don't know if they could have shot any better if there was nobody playing defense. Almost 70% from the field, set a record there. Scored 30 points every quarter. Even if the Knicks were healthy and they were going to play defense like that, where they couldn't slow them down at all, I don't know if the Knicks were going to get by them. Even if Brunson was healthy the whole game, OG we could have played more than like 4 minutes plus. They shot the lights out at Madison Square Garden. What a game by Halliburton. He finally came to fruition, showing what an all-star should be. Now, the question is can they do it against the Celtics? Well, a little bit different scenario here. They're not going to get a team that's really going to try to slow the pace down as much as New York did. Also, a lot more passing the ball all over the place, I think, from the Celtics. If the Celtics play their game where they're passing the ball, they should get a lot of transition threes where they thrive as well in this series. I mean, we think the Celtics are going to take it all. Now, the Celtics should not be favored as big as they are in this series, I think. But, I mean, they're basically around minus 1,000 in order to win this series. So, a little bit too much there. The book's trying to cover their rear end position-wise in that one. But expect this series to go 6 games is kind of what we've got penciled in here. Obviously, we're going to be watching it for Game 2 as the Celtics have had 2 complete duds in 2 Game 2s already in a couple series. So we're going to be watching out for that one. We think the Pacers are at least going to get 1 game at home. So maybe a 4-2 series victory here for the Celtics, sorry. Let's look at this first game, though. Total spread right now around 10. Celtics favored in this one. Total around 222 as we're recording this here. So expect some scoring for a change. And expect, the Celtics really in games 1, 3, 4, and 5 in the previous 2 series have really dominated. It's just been Game 2 duds. So, what do we expect to happen here? So, we're going to give you the series bets that we have first in this Pacers-Celtics, and then we'll get into Game 1 here. So, we did sprinkle a little bit on the Pacers to win the series. It was plus 680. I'll be really honest with you. I don't really care what the teams are. I'm going to take a wild chance. You never know what can happen in a series. Multiple guys could get hurt. Porzingis doesn't come back. Pacers shoot well for 4 games. You just don't know. So at plus 680, we couldn't turn that down. We did take them there. Well, the one bet we really like, though, is the Pacers plus 2.5 games in this one. So we're expecting a 4-2 Celtics win, basically, in this series. But plus 130 is where we grabbed the Pacers plus 2.5 games. Pacers, Celtics over 5.5 games was also plus money on this one. We also like the Pacers and the Celtics to go 6. And we also bet an exact Pacers, Celtics to go 6 games. It was like plus 340-ish when we grabbed that one there. So we like the Pacers, Celtics to go 6. So one more time, series bets-wise, Pacers, Celtics. We sprinkled a little bit on the Pacers to win the series at plus 680. Pacers plus 2.5 games. Pacers and the Celtics over 5.5 games. Pacers, Celtics, 6 games exact. Then let's get into those May 21st Game 1 bets. So we'd like the Celtics here in Game 1, minus 3.5 in the first quarter, minus 5.5 in the first half, minus 10 for the game. Also, Derek White, who's going to have a lot of open looks, we believe. Tatum and Brown obviously are going to get a majority of the defensive coverage that the Knicks have to offer, so we expect Nesmith, probably their best on-ball defender, to guard one of those 2 guys. Expect Derek White to have a lot of open looks. So we're going to play the Derek White over 16.5 points, 4 plus 3s, 5 plus 3s, and Derek White under 1.5 turnovers. Also, we like Halliburton under 32.5 par. Road games, except for Game 7, he's been under his par total on every road game so far. So just that one outlier with Game 7 where they shot the ball tremendously. Miles Turner, though, has been a block machine in the playoffs, over 1.5 blocks. Jaylen Brown, over 2.5 turnovers. and Pascal Siakam over 7.5 rebounds. Now, we will have to, we're probably going to add a bet or two here, so I will remind you, check out our Google Sheets, which you can find at the end of every YouTube episode that we do, also on our YouTube and TikTok channel pages, docs.google.com/spreadsheet. Just click there, go to basketball 23-24 season, and scroll down to May 21st, and you'll be able to see all those bets there. Plus the conference series bets, our conference final series bets are right above there as well, so check those out. But we'll go through those bets one more time. Celtics, minus 3.5 in the first quarter, minus 5.5 in the first half, minus 10 for the game. Derek White over 16.5 points, 4+ threes, 5+ threes, under 1.5 turnovers. Halliburton under 32.5 par, points, assists, rebounds combined. Also, Miles Turner over 1.5 blocks. Jaylen Brown over 2.5 turnovers, as he is a turnover machine, especially when he gets sped up. And Pascal Siakam over 7.5 rebounds. So we mentioned the Google Sheets before. We'll mention them one more time. So at the end of every YouTube episode that we have, also every episode that we do, our channel pages, on TikTok and YouTube, it's docs.google.com/spreadsheet. If you've never seen a Google Sheet before, it's really easy to do. Click into that link. Then you're going to want to pick the sport, as we have multiple sports we're betting on here. So basketball 23-24 season. Click into there, and you're going to scroll down to May 21st to see all of these bets. You'll see the bet itself, what juice we got when we played those bets, how many units we wagered, also what book we placed them at, then obviously the result once the games are over and finished. So make sure you do check that out when you get some time. And as always, if you want to make sure it's easy to find us, it's really easy to do. All you have to do is hit subscribe or follow, depending on what social media platform you're watching us on. Then we'll show up in either your subscriptions tab or followers tab. Or if you want to make life even easier, all you have to do is turn on notifications for YouTube, TikTok, or any of the social media platforms you're watching us on. You'll get a notification sent to your phone or device to let you know Sports Bets for Free has dropped a new episode of bets. Give you plenty of time to match those up with your bets and give you that ton of confidence you need heading to the betting app or betting window. Another great reason for notifications, especially on TikTok, we do lives 4 to 7 days a week. So a lot of times, a lot of live bets are talked about. Not only that, we talk about rolling through all the bets that we just went through, plus any community bets that might be placed. A lot of good information is there. So turning those notifications on, especially for TikTok, is well worth your time to make sure you get a notification when we go live. So make sure you get that done as well when you get a couple minutes. We do appreciate everybody's support, as always, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.